What's something toxic I've ever done in a relationship? Something toxic I've ever done in a relationship. mm, Let me think. Yeah. Listen, this is a story. I didn't make this up. This happened when men were still boys. Men were still boys back in Nigeria. Shout out to my homeboy BJ. So yeah, it did happen. Like I was like, listen, till dates, whenever I think about that thing, that thing still cracks me up. It does crack me up. The same BJ, my homeboy, hooked me up with this girl, and it was just a game. When growing up, you just want to link up with people, be around girls, just you being sleek. So he hooked me up with this girl with the impression that she wasn't going to date me. Well, behold, I met this lady. We got on really well. We got on really, really well. We started dating. And dating, we both fell in love. It was a good experience. I wish I could replay that scene back over and over again. It was a good experience. I really, really had a great time. I had a great experience with this person. And till then, we're still good friends. It was a beautiful Friday. It was this beautiful Friday. Please, I didn't make this up. This is some real life story. It was a beautiful Friday where, I just got on my car. I wanted to spend time with my girl. I drove to her uni, took her out for lunch. We had a great time. I had a good chat. Sat in my car. We connected. Like, it was good. And it was about time for me to go home. I got on my car. Bam. Bear in mind, I lived on the mainland, and she schooled in. She was in Unilog, University of Lagos. So on my way home, she kept on calling me, trying to find out where I was. So this was where my suspicion came out. So she was calling me back to back. I thought she was trying to monitor me. She was monitoring my movement. So I said to her, you know what? I'll call you when I get in. You just chill. So when I got in, listen, I called my girl, she didn't pick up. All right. I didn't give up. I called her the second time. She picked up. She said, oh, I was in the bathroom. That's why she missed my call. I said, cool. And me paying attention to the environment, that didn't look like she was in a room. And I asked her, are you sure you're in your hostel? She said to me, yes, I am. I'm in my hostel. I said, okay. I hung up. 10 minutes after, I called my girl again. She still didn't pick. Then I was like, there's something up. Something is up. It's a Leo man, right? So I called the second time. Then behold, this is the fourth time now. She picked up the phone. Then I knew she wasn't in the house though. It was clear that she wasn't in the house, that she was in the car. And she said to me, oh, I was sleeping. And I said to her, you're lying to me. You're not in your hostel. And she said, I promise I'm in my hostel. I said, you know what? I'm coming back to fetch you. She said, okay, yeah, come get me. All right. I called my own boy, BJ. I said, BJ, what up? I said, I'm cool. We're going to Unilag. He was like, for what? I said, I'll tell you when you get here. Come pick me up. Here comes BJ. My ride or die. BJ stomped into my yard and we got to Unilag. So when I got to Unilag, again I called my girl. She didn't pick. I called again. She picked up the phone. And I said to her, sweetheart, I'm here. I'm in your hostel. I've come to pick you up. She said to me, okay, I'm coming down. Bear in mind, my homeboy called his girlfriend. She literally was in the hostel. The girlfriend came down. They were not in the same hostel, right? This is me waiting for my girlfriend. I waited for my girlfriend. My girlfriend didn't come down. 1 hour, she didn't come down. I was so mad. I called my girl. She said, oh, there's a gate up in their room, up in their hostel, and they're actually trying to get a hold of the security to let her out. I said, okay. I chewed again. So behold, I spotted a guy standing by a gate, a security guard. So I walked up to the security guy and I said to the guy, apart from this gate, is there another gate inside that hostel? And the guy said to me, no. That was when I said to myself, something is up. So initially I felt bad that I drove all the way from my house to come, catch her doing something, But then I knew, yes, my actions were justified. So I waited and I called my girl. I said, I need you to come down right now. I can bet on my life you're not in your hostel. What the hell are you? Then this time around, I've lost it. I have completely lost it because I was like, whoa. Whoa. So she now said to me, she's not in the hostel, that she is somewhere around with some friends. So I said to her, so you're trying to tell me that you're not in this hostel and you lied to me, make a fool of me? She started crying on the phone. And I said to myself, you know what? Wherever you are, you need to wait there. I'll come pick you up. I told my friend I wanted to drive. My friend said, don't drive. I'd rather die. He said, don't drive. I said, listen, I'm going to drive. I need to drive because I was pissed off. So I go in the car, started driving, at the same time calling, swearing at this girl because I was pissed off. And we had an accident. We had an accident. But it was a minor accident, not a major one. So that was when I got out of the car and I said, you are a liar. You deceived me. I trusted you. I left a perfect girl for you. Here I am. Here I am with you. And she said to me, she was sorry. And all she could say was she was sorry. She was sorry. She was sorry over and over again. And I told her I almost lost my life, been involved in an accident right because of you. And she said, oh, I'm on my way. I'm almost at my hostel. And so we ended up fixing our car that night. We fixed our car and we drove back to Unilag. By the time I got back to our hostel, listen, I'm telling you, listen. I saw this crowd of girls right in front of our hostel, already begging me, like, oh, please, she's sorry, please, she's sorry. I was like, okay, where is she? Let me see her. I need to see her. But when I saw this girl, she's got this charming, amazing look. Like she was so sober and she felt so guilty. And I just said to her, you know what? Go pack your things. We're going home tonight. So yeah, she packed her things and she literally spent the weekend at mine. So whatever happened, whatever she did, now I'm gonna keep it private. But yeah, that's one of the most toxic relationship I've ever found myself. No, not a relationship, a situation. Yeah, that I found myself getting you. I was in my 20s there, by the way. I was in my 20s. Yep, that's about that. Second question is a bit tricky. When gifts are shared during a relationship, Is it advisable to ask for gift back after a breakup? My honest opinion, I would say no. But I've had just one experience lately where gifts were shared during the relationship, and we broke up. And one thing I did, and one thing I always do, and is to like kind of tend to like kind of not want to hold anything back. Just I did give the gift back. Like, 'cause I don't want a situation when someone is gonna come back to me tomorrow and say to me, "Oh, can I have my stuff back?" Yes, I did. I gave the gift back, but I bet the person in question was under the impression that we were actually gonna come back. So she said to me, "Oh no, they're gifts. You can have them. I don't need them back." So yeah, these are the things I don't use. I just have them, in my house there. And yeah, I got caught on one time asking for the gift back, and I was advised not to because I didn't like the fact that I got caught up. Someone asking me for things back, so I was advised not to by the representative that actually called me that no, if it's a gift, it's a gift, so you don't have to return them. So I'm holding on to them because I didn't ask for my gift back. So I think it's wrong for people to ask for gifts back. These are the things you shared during a relationship when the love was still blooming. So why do you need to ask for your gift back? To me, I believe it's pettiness. It's just being petty. So that's it. That's my view. It's my honest view. And I don't know what anyone else has to say to this. Some will say for dignity and pride, I didn't ask for those gifts. I never demanded for them. It was given intentionally, based on a good heart. So I don't know. Thank you. Do I think it's appropriate to look through my partner's phone? To be honest, I think that is wrong. I think it's really, really wrong because at the end of the day, this individual is your partner. So if there's no trust, there's no reason being partners. That's just my belief. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I did things like that when I was a lot younger, when I was in my 20s, where I have to look through my partner's phones, trying to look for what is not. So I didn't like it. To me, it's just invasion of privacy. And you get to see what you're not supposed to see. Then the whole relationship just, goes sideways. You don't get to trust each other anymore. We're all humans, and we tend to like kind of have a personal life and personal space. So to me, it is invasion of privacy. So I did that being in my 20s, but I don't think I ever want to do that again. So I've always like kind of left that room for you to do whatever you want to do. If I have trust or doubt, I tend to communicate. I tend to like kind of call you to order. I tend for us to kind of sit down, ask questions, genuine questions, and like they say, trust is not forced; it is earned. So if I don't trust you and I cannot trust you, I cannot be with you. So what's the point? So simple. That's a nice question.